Krishna is Gopikanto, Gopinatho, not only Radhanatho. We were discussing that thing in our Chaitanya Charitamrita class.
Yes.
Last time, isn't it? Then the special, significant aspects of Radha Prem. But Krishna lacking.
Yes.
Radha Prem is one-pointed, where Krishna's love is not one-pointed, it is multi-pointed.
Right.
And because he is not only Radhanath, he is also Gopinath.
Yes.
That is the difference between Radha Prem and Krishna's love. You understand? Reciprocation. Therefore, Krishna accepted Radha Prem as spiritual master. So he came as Gauranga, assuming mood of Radharani. You understand?
Yes. You were saying during that first Chaitanya Charitamrita class, I think it was on Thursday last week,
Yes.
that you were mentioning the 5 points, and the first point you mentioned about Radharani's love is the Avisaymika
significant points of Radha Prem aspects.
I don't remember the other 4 points, if you mentioned them or not.
Yes, we have discussed it, isn't it? We have discussed. All right, tomorrow the class will be again. Again we will go back to that point. Just a revision class. Again we'll go back to that point. Revise it.
All right.
You understand? Tomorrow is Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yes.
Thursday and Friday we hold classes. Yes.
How to become free from enviousness?
How to become free from envy.
How to become free from envy? Enviousness is a material quality. Is the quality of a conditioned soul. You understand? We cannot say it as a quality. We say it the opposite of quality. Durguna, dosha. You understand? A mistake or defect. Isn't it? So instruction is there, we should be free from it. We should not develop such enviousness. Rather, we should be tolerant. That Mahaprabhu's teaching, Taro Ribo Sahisnuna. Be tolerant as a tree. Those who are intolerant, they are envious. They cannot tolerate the supremacy or good quality of others. In other words, they are not true Vaishnavas. Those who develop this enviousness will become envious. They will fall down. They cannot make any advancement in this spiritual path, and path of pure devotional service. You understand? So instruction is there. Nirmasara. Vaishnava is Nirmasara. A real Vaishnava is not envious. Rather, he appreciates. If someone makes advancement, he appreciates it. And he always thinks, as Tunadapi Sunicha, I am the most insignificant fellow, more insignificant than a blade of grass on the street. You understand? He thinks all others are Vaishnavas. I am not a Vaishnava. This is the mood of a pure devotee. You understand? I am the only person who is not Vaishnava, and all others are Vaishnavas. You understand? This is mood. This is Tunadapi Sunicha Bhav. And if someone develops this attitude, this bhav, he will make advancement in this path of pure devotion. Otherwise not possible. You understand? That verse from Sikhastaka, Pranadapi Sunichina, Taruriva Saisuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniyo, Sada Hari. This is the most famous verse. These qualities should be developed. Chaitanya Charitamrita, compiler of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami says, make a garland of this verse and put around your neck and do Hari Bhajan. He says like that. You understand? And our goal is that. How can we become like that? We are conditioned souls and naturally we are very envious, very intolerant, very puffed up, all these bad qualities we have. But we should give up all these bad qualities by association of sadhus. And by being disciplined by a bona fide spiritual master, we will develop such qualities. You understand? It is possible by that. If you will be disciplined by a bona fide spiritual master, then you can give up all these things. You understand? Because we are conditioned souls, we need discipline. You understand? We should be disciplined. Discipline should be inflicted upon us. And we need it. Therefore we have accepted a spiritual master and become disciple. And have become disciple. You please inflict discipline on me. We said this thing. You understand? Otherwise these things will never go away. We can never get rid of all these things. These are all with us. Yes. You understand, Kunti? Yes. That means you should be disciplined. Spiritual master will inflict discipline on you. Then you can give up all these things. Enviousness. And spiritual master has that right. You catch hold of your ear and slap. You rascal Kunti, what are you doing? You understand? You be tolerant. You should tolerate this punishment of spiritual master. Then you will become a real devotee, Vaishnava. If someone tolerates this punishment from a Vaishnava or from spiritual master, then he will become Vaishnava. Otherwise he cannot become Vaishnava. Punishment. We should be punished. We need punishment. Isn't it, Prabhupada?
Please give me punishment.
Yes.
Whatever it takes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Otherwise this command to follow instruction as it is. We must follow instructions.
As it is, yes.
Because you don't slap us.
Needed slaps. If it is needed, slapping must be given. Yes, definitely.
You don't do it.
It is needed. Sometimes I slap through words. Through words. As my Guru Maharaj, you rascal. You see, this is slapping. And if needed, physical slapping also will be given. Yes.
If being the material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world.
Yes.
So everything that exists here is coming from the spiritual world.
Yes, it's a reflection.
Right.
Perverted reflection of the spiritual world, yes.
So we understand like bad qualities like lust is perverted
There is
reflection.
love, here is lust.
Right.
This is perverted reflection.
So where is envy coming from? I mean,
from material desire. Kama esa, krodha esa, rajaguna samudbhava. It is born out of passion. Rajaguna.
so it's not coming from the spiritual world.
Wow.
Perverted. I mean.
No. Perverted form is this enviousness. You understand?
What
Is
is
kama esa, krodha esa, rajaguna samudbhava. The Gita says it is born out of rajagun, passion, is material desire and anger,
So then it's coming from lust.
lust. So it is lust. There is love, perverted reflection is lust. L-U-S-T, not L-O-V-E.
So just an extension of lust.
Yes. There is no question of love in this material world. There is lust. That is perverted reflection of love. It is named as lust. There is prema, here is kama, material desire.
Can you explain, Guru Maharaj, the specific difference clearly between love
And lust.
and lust?
That is difference between kama and prema. Kama is lust, prema is love. We have already that class in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is difference between kama and prema. Kama means your own pleasure, sense gratification. Love means pleasing the senses of Krishna. That is love, nothing for us own. This is the main difference between kama and prema. You understand? Yes.
That's why by following principles
Yes.
accordingly, and then you develop love.
Yes.
You give up lust.
If you are disciplined by Guru, if you are a pakka disciple, then you will develop that love.
Automatically.
Automatically.
Maharaj, I know that sometimes Krishna invites one of the main gopis, Lalita or Visakha, to sit on his knee or something.
Huh?
To sit on his knee or something. And when Radharani sees that, she becomes very angry. So Radhika seems like she is envious, but because this is some spiritual platform.
What do you say? I can't follow you.
No, I heard that sometimes in Krishna Loka, it happens that Krishna invites one of the main gopis, maybe Lalita or Visakha, to sit on his knee. He does that because he knows that Radharani will come and see that, and she becomes very angry. That's also speculation.
That is also speculation. There is no question there in spiritual world. Krishna is always with Radharani. And Lalita and Visakha, other gopis' business is to unite Krishna and Radha together, and thereby they will get pleasure. You understand? There is no such question. This is also speculation.
Too much speculation.
Yes.
Another speculation.
So the business only to
Unite Radha and Krishna.
They don't get pleasure like that.
That is their pleasure. They have their own pleasure. They don't want to have their own pleasure by enjoying Krishna. No. By uniting Radha and Krishna together in Kunja, they get pleasure. They get pleasure. Yes, that's Gopi's business. Yes.
Are these type of dealings that you say speculation, but are they similar dealings where one gopi will appear envious of another gopi? Are they when they manifest on this planet in Golok Vrindavan?
You see, there is no question of enviousness. No question of enviousness among gopis. No. No. Not at all. They are not at all envious. You understand? Rather, they appreciate if some gopi is very much intimate, becomes intimate to Krishna, they appreciate, oh, she has become intimate, whereas I, not so. How can I be like that? Like that, not enviousness.
So that's real love.
Real love.
See, like some devotees who are sincere when they are preaching, they find someone love Krishna, he's happy. Someone accepts Krishna consciousness, he feel natural happiness to see someone accept Krishna consciousness. The same, this is, but in that for gopis is higher stages.
There is no question of enviousness. Nobody is envious. Rather, they appreciate. And they try how I can be like that. You understand? Let me have his or her mercy. So I will be like that or like her. You understand? It is there. No enviousness. It is enviousness here in material world.
Guru Maharaj, you're giving class now?
Yes, now I will listen. He will give class, he will read, he will speak, and I will catch up his ear and slap. I will ask cross question. If he fails to answer, so I will be punished. This is training. I give training in this way. You speak in this way, preach in this way. You can't answer this question, then how can you become a preacher? I give training.
Sometimes you listen in Muslim.
Therefore I listen.
Very nice quality.
Yes, let him say, and I will listen, and I will ask questions. And if fail to answer, then he will be slapped. He will be disciplined, he will be taught. Thereby, then sent. This is training. Otherwise, how can they be trained?
I heard once that many good devotees, they fell down because they couldn't listen to others.
Yes.
If you stop listening to others, you want yourself, in yourself,
Yes. Yes.
become.
Because they are very proud of. They think themselves that we are great. Nobody knows something more than I. Therefore they fall down.
Actually, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita it's I think, for every spiritual master, he always must hear to.
Yes. Yes. Listen, Sravana. Necessary. Spiritual master always says, speaks. In other words, does kirtan. Others listen, Sravana. He never listens, but he sometimes gives opportunity to others to say, and he listens. All right, now today I listen. Sravana. It is very good to me.
Also, spiritual master knows well scriptures, reading scriptures.
Still, he wants to listen. Let others say, and I will listen. That's all right. You understand? Yes.
So my last question is, if a day, for example, we take pleasure by listening tapes you give in class, Bhagavatam class, rather than reading books, what difference?
Listening is most important and very powerful than reading. Yes. Shravana is very powerful.
So we can study books, but at the same time.
Yes. When we cannot listen, we can study books. Yes. That is known as Swadhyaya.
So for myself, I like to listen because I understand very well its sense, how we preach in the Bhagavatam.
Yes, listening is very powerful. Yes. If we cannot listen, then we may read.
We can do both.
No, you can do both. You can do both, yes.
To learn Srila Prabhupada's books.
Yes, definitely. Oh, Amakara.
John, thank you very much. Guru Maharaj, I'm feeling that if I see too much, you're going to know how foolish I am, and you might not want to initiate me. You might change your mind. Yesterday I was trying to ask you a question, but I didn't explain it. I was asking if one has a fallen guru and he takes shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, perfects his life, goes back to Godhead, can he liberate that fallen guru? In other words, because he's become successful.
Yes, disciple can help him.
Spiritually.
Disciple can help him.
See, like it said that when one becomes devotee, he can help all family. That's
Yes,
100 generations.
That is given in Prahlad Charitra. Prahlad Maharaj delivered 21 dynasties of his parental dynasty, you see.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj. Such a Vaishnava takes part in the family, so he can do such thing. It's so powerful. Devotional service.
I want to know, Srila Prabhupada gave some type of benediction to disciples who would distribute his books. So devotees like who are in a situation like I was in, without a proper spiritual master, but yet somehow or another, by the mercy of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, we're distributing Prabhupada's books to the extent that maybe somebody becomes devotee from a book that we give them. So we understand from what you were explaining that you can't really make tangible advancement unless you have a spiritual master.
Yes, unless you have a spiritual master.
But under these circumstances, because the devotee is preaching,
yes, they are earning some sukruti.
It's material sukruti?
No, bhaktinmukhi sukruti. 3 types of sukruti are there. One is karmanmukhi, second one is jnananmukhi, third one is the best one, that is bhaktinmukhi sukruti. And that bhaktinmukhi sukruti will help one to associate with sadhus and accept a bona fide guru. That's bhaktinmukhi sukruti will help you.
It just softens your heart so you can become humble enough. It can help you soften your heart so you can develop humility.
Yes, definitely.
To acquire good qualities.
That is Vaishnava quality. Humility. That is Vaishnava quality.
This morning when you were explaining how the principal gopis were expansions of Radharani, this is kind of like confusing to me because...
Yes, this is very, very, say, tough philosophy. Ordinary people cannot understand it. You understand? Especially, what to speak of ordinary people, even Kanishta Adhikaris, they cannot understand it. Very tough and confidential philosophy. It's Radha Tattva.
Could I still ask you a question in this regard?
Yes.
To try to understand the best I can. So, these gopis are expansions of Radharani, and they are jiva souls.
Yes, jiva, all are jivas.
And at the same time, they're expansions of Krishna also.
Expansion of Krishna, the cowherd boys. Cowherd boys. Vishnu Tattvas, they're all expansions of Krishna. Direct plenary portions, we say, swansa. With the jivas are also expansions, but we are differentiated parts, Bhubaneswar. 2 types of expansions. One is swansa, another is Bhubaneswar. One is direct, that is plenary portions, another is a differentiated part, they are living entities.
So the principal cowherd boys are swansa?
Yes, because they are eternal, what we say, servitors, parsada, intimate associates.
So they're in the Vishnu Tattva camp.
Vishnu Tattva, like that. More than that. They are always interested.
But I thought that all jiva soul is emanation from Krishna. But how is it that some jiva souls who are gopis are emanations from Radharani? How to understand the logic behind that?
You see, jiva, energy. Jiva tattva means energy, Shakti tattva. You understand, Radharani is main Shakti, main energy. So, all Shaktis are expansions of Radharani. But there are 3 main. One is para, another apara, and one is marginal. This Tatastha Shakti. You understand? Para Shakti is Radharani, Gopis, all these Lakshmis, they are para, superior. Apara is Maya Shakti. You understand? And with Jiva, we are marginal energies. Tapastha Shakti. You understand? 3 men. Though Krishna has multifarious energies. Govinda Shakti. Parasya Shakti Vividhi Vasuyati. Vividha means multifarious energies. These 3 are men. You understand?
I just cannot clearly understand the position of the gopis.
Gopis are that internal energy, Radharani's direct expansions.
But they are jiva souls.
Yes, jivas, but they are not ordinary jivas. They are not ordinary jivas.
So one who comes up from the material, let's say he meets a bona fide spiritual master in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciplic succession, and eventually he becomes purified and realizes his position as gopi in conjugal love.
They will be elevated to that position. They are known as sadhan siddhas.
So is that devotee, does that devotee also become an expansion of Radharani or a different category?
Yes, because jiva means energy. Radharani is the chief energy. Why not?
This is inconceivable.
It's inconceivable, yes. It's inconceivable. How can you conceive? Just take it. Just accept it. Which is inconceivable, we should just accept it. When we will be elevated to that stage, it can be understood, or it can be realized. It cannot be explained by words. You understand? It's a question of realization only.
I was reading the Gour Ashraya, TBC paper. I haven't finished it. It's my second time reading it. It's very, very clear.
Yes, very clear.
Now, like you're saying that we should go back and be bold in our preaching. But what happens when we have to face devotees who are like old Prabhupada disciples, like Ajamil, and they know Shastra very well? How to defeat them? It's difficult.
This paper is circulated to all centers. Do you understand? Ajamila should see it. What Ajamila says, that is not bona fide or shastric, not according to Sadhu Shastra and Guru. He has something biased view.
Did you read Virabahu Prabhu's paper?
Yes.
Was that more correct, or is that still biased?
No, Virabahu is correct.
It's correct.
Virabahu is one of our groups, research groups. So we had discussions.
It's really correct then. It's not one-sided?
No. Rather the paper of that Gour Keshav. Gour Keshav, one Gour Keshav.
Yeah.
This paper is our mental concoction. He has quoted Shastra, but he twisted the purport of Shastra. Twisted. According to own whims.
What was his conclusion? What was his main conclusion?
Different, just opposite.
Opposite of Virabahu's. Like Ajamil's?
Like Ajamil's. Yes. There is no necessity of accepting further Guru. No necessity of reinitiation. He said like that.
Yeah, he told me that also. When I read Ajamil's paper, I get the vibes that they make it seem like if you again take reinitiation, you're very weak. The real strong devotees, they insinuate, are the ones who could just take shelter of Prabhupada and his books, and they don't need to take shelter of the Guru.
You see, that is not according to Sadhu Shastra and Guru. You cannot directly link with this Prabhupada. One may say, all right, I'll directly link with Jiva Goswami. I am reading his book, I'll directly link with Bhakti Vinod. I am reading his book. Is it possible? No. We'll go through present current link. That is Shastric, Sadhu Shastra. You understand? One cannot jump over.
A few months ago, I had a dream, and Srila Prabhupada was in a dream, and he didn't say anything, he was silent. And then a voice from within me said, so you think you can have this type of relationship with Srila Prabhupada? Well, you can't. You must, he said, you must go through his representatives, his disciples.
Yeah, that's correct.
Prabhupada's speech.
Can that be direct revelation from Prabhupada?
Yes.
Do you know that?
Yes.
If it's Guru Sadhana Shastra correctly?
Yes. That Prabhupada said in his books.
And when I woke up from that dream, I realized that I have to be real humble towards disciples of Srila Prabhupada.
Definitely.
And then I heard your lectures, and you were saying that, many lectures, you were saying that the godbrothers of the Guru should be respected
as good. Yes. That Mahaprabhu has shown us. When he said No. When he saw Brahmananda Bharati.
The next story.
That was told in Haridasa's house.
Yes.
Next story.
Very nice Sikya.
Yes. Any more question?
I'm thinking. You're very kind to give us so much association.
Yes, that's my duty. Thereby we both will benefit. You will benefit, I will benefit also. It is Krishna Katha discussing. It is reciprocation, not one-sided, two-sided. Shravanam Kirtanam.
You had a question?
Yes. I saw the question.
Don't be shy.
How can you become more bodily platform, become more bodily sickness?
She said she wants to know how can we become more, how can we get off the bodily platform and less bodily conscious and overcome our bodily sickness, illnesses.
By constantly engaging yourself in the devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master.
Answer is always the same.
Yes, it's the only way.
But what if the sickness impedes your
What if the sickness is impeding your sadhana and your service?
Sickness.
Yeah, you have sickness and it's impeding, interfering with your sadhana. You can't get up for Mangalarti, you can't chant nice rounds, you can't do so much service. What to do then? This is my situation.
You see, sickness is two types. One is the reactions of previous sinful activity. As long as the soul is not liberated, that must come. And the liberated souls also have sickness. And that is directly from Krishna. You understand? That they have no reaction, but they are liberated souls. But Krishna sometimes put in such situation the devotees. You understand? An example you will find in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Kushti Vasudeva Vipra.
Yes.
He is a leprosy patient. You understand? He couldn't move. The portion of flesh is falling off from his body. And there were worms in it. You see, so he is a Mahabharata great devotee, very dear devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He couldn't move. But he is not getting any pain, rather in a blissful mode. You understand? Very, very blissful mode. You understand? This is different kind of sickness that directly comes from Krishna. You understand? Apparently it seems as if the person is a great sinner, but he is a great devotee. He suffers, but actually he is not suffering. He is getting transcendental pleasure and happiness thereby. You understand? So when Mahaprabhu came to Kurma Mandir when he was traveling in southern India. So that Pushtivasudevi Vipra could know that Mahaprabhu was coming to Kumbh Mandir. So with much difficulty he came to see Mahaprabhu. Though he couldn't move, with much difficulty he came there to see Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu just left the temple when he arrived. So he heard that Mahaprabhu just left. So he became unconscious and said, I am such a sinful person. I couldn't meet Mahaprabhu. I am such an unfortunate person like that. But Mahaprabhu was very kind. He soon returned. You understand? Immediately he returned and embraced that Pushtivasudevi Vipra. And his body became very nice. All his disease gone. You understand? Became very nice body, handsome looking body. So that Vipra said, Mahaprabhu, why did you do like this? That body was very nice, that leper body. And I was happy in that body. Because thereby I was always praying to you, crying and praying from the core of my heart. Prayer was very nice in that state. Now I feel puffed up. Oh, I have such a good body, nice looking body. So I may forget you. I may not pray to you as I was doing previously. So I don't want such body.
So advanced.
You see, he said like that. How is this? This is above the bodily platform. You understand? Such devotee. But Mahaprabhu says, no, don't be afraid. You will never be influenced by this bodily things, appearance. You will always remain in that state, transcendental state. You understand? So, this bodily consciousness will go at that time when we will be completely engaged, 24 hours engaged, forgetting everything in Krishna's service, the service of Guru and Gauranga, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Then that will go, otherwise it will not go. It is always there. But for many lakhs of lives, we are in this conception, bodily conception. Not one life, but two lives. Lakhs. We are very strong in this conception. You understand? But this will go away. You understand? This will go away. If you are fortunate enough and have accepted a bona fide spiritual master and is completely engaged in the service of Guru and Gauranga, Krishna's service, under his care, and this will go away eventually. You understand? Yes, definitely. We will transcend this conception. Devotee can transcend. This is definite. This is definite. This is by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. We can transcend. Not by our own effort. Not by our own effort we can do it. This is only by rendering service. We can forget all these things. When you develop prema, you understand? When we develop prema, love, then that will go. Otherwise not.
This love begins with love for the spiritual master first.
Yes, yes.
And then later transformed.
And in that state, it will not hinder your service. Yes, you may not come to Mangala Arati. That's not a great one. This is sadhu bhakti. to observe the rules and regulations strictly. This is the first step. But love is the last step, topmost stage. Those who are in that stage, they don't observe the sadhana bhakti. You understand? This is for the neophytes. You understand? And we observe it to teach the neophytes. Unless we observe why the others neophytes will observe, oh, he is not coming, oh, I won't come. We develop such mentality. Therefore we come. You understand? Therefore we come. We observe it. Because we are there to teach them. And we must teach them by our own example, not by mere saying. Precept is better than example. It is common saying. You understand? That is Mahaprabhu's motto. Apane achari dharma apare sikhao. You observe yourself, then teach. And you are not observing, you have no right to say. That's it.
Prabhupada gives the story of maybe of a doctor.
Yeah.
Mother with a child comes to the doctor and she says, my son cannot stop eating sweets. And if he doesn't stop eating sweets, he's going to die in 1 week. No, in 2 weeks. Another doctor said, how can I make him stop? So the doctor said, all right, come back.
After 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks. And he comes back with the mother and the doctor says, stop eating sweets. And the child gets shaken and stops eating sweets immediately. And the mother says, why did we have to wait 2 weeks? And then the doctor says, because 2 weeks ago I was eating sweets and I had no potency.
To say, if I myself won't stop eating, how can I say? So in the meanwhile I stopped eating, then I said, yes, that's correct. Then they won't. It has potency. Your words have potency.
I have a question about Brahmajyoti and the living entity. Srila Prabhupada always says that due to our misuse of independence, that we fall to this material world. Does that mean the living entity in the Brahmajyoti, he has an opportunity from the Brahmajyoti to go to the spiritual world?
Very rare.
Very rare.
Rare personalities go there. Those who can develop their devotion at that stage, they may go. Otherwise, all fall down.
How can you develop devotional service, pure devotional service in that stage?
Because if they had Sukrutis, that is only Sukruti. That is the case of, you see, Sukadeva Goswami and 4 Kumaras. They were of that type, Brahmanandis, but they came to pure devotional service. And Sukadeva Goswami got the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam from his father Vasudev, he came. When 4 Kumaras could smell the aroma, the tulsi offered, put on the feet of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, they came. Like that.
So they were situated same level as being in the Brahmajyoti?
Yes, they are Brahmanandis.
Are there persons on this planet in this level?
Yeah. They were in this level, in this planet, but they were in that situation. They were Brahmanandis. Their aim is, they have already achieved that. And they have come down here.
Oh, I see.
You understand?
So when one falls from the Brahmajyoti, what species of life becomes a human being?
Those who fall from Brahmajyoti.
Into what species of life?
You see, according to Ramananda Rai speaking, Mahaprabhu asked this question to Ramananda Rai, Bubukkhyu Mumukhyur Gati. What is the destination of Bubukkhyu and Mumukkhyu? You understand? Bubukkhyu means those who want to enjoy material enjoyment. they perform some pious activities. So they are elevated to the heavenly planets and get the body of demigods, and they enjoy there. They are bubhukyus, that is their destination. And mumukyus, that means those who want to merge in the Brahman Jyoti, Brahman effulgence. They are known as mumukyu, muktikami. They want liberation. You understand? And Ramananda Raj says, they will fall down and accept a body of a sthavar. Sthavar means a tree or mountain.
And they have to evolve many species.
Yes, bahunang janmanang ante, Gita says. Bahunang janmanang, after many, many births. They'll in this way go down, go up and coming down, go up and coming down, undergoing so many species. At last when they could understand that Vasudevam Sarvam Iti, so Mahatma Sudullava. Vasudeva is everything, and they surrender unto Vasudeva, then they came to the right path. You understand? They became Mahatma, Dullava, rare Mahatma, because they have taken shelter of Vasudeva.
How does one fall to the lowest form? I don't want to become one.
Indragopa. Indragopa means an insect, red-like. Red, it looks red.
Red.
Huh?
Red?
Red, looks red. Is Indragopa. They are generally found in sandy areas. And during rainy season you may see them. They are known as Indragopas.
Is this the lowest species? First?
Yes, worms, you see. Insects, worms. That is the verse there in Brahma Samhita. Indra and Indragopa. According to karma phala, the result of one's activity, one may become Indra and one may become Indragopa.
So it's coming from human species, someone so sinful, they go down to
Indragopa becomes Indragopa, yes. And one will become Indra. If he has done some past activities, very nice. You understand? But all are just undergoing their own, the results of their activities. You understand? All of them are enjoying the results of their, having the results of their activities. Indra and Indragopa.
It seems like someone would really have to endeavor to commit simple activity to get such a low birth.
Yes, low birth means very sinful activity. Result of sinful activity. But if someone is fortunate enough, comes to the path of pure devotion, all is the reactions of his karma destroyed. That verse says. Understand? Karmani nirdhanti kintu sabhakti bhajan. The verse says. Nirdhanti means burnt to ashes. Yes.
One question of mine. It's a very general question. Why the senses are so powerful?
Senses?
Yes, so powerful.
Yes.
And there's especially and between sense and sense objects, especially the opposite sex.
Sex desire is very strong. Jiva, the tongue, is the most powerful object. Sense.
Yes.
Tongue. That we see. तार मध्य जिह्वावती लोभमय सुदुर्मति ताके जता कठिन संसार कृष्ण बड़ दयामय परिवार जिह्वा जो सुप्रसाद नंदिला भार से अनामत पाव राधा कृष्ण गुणगा प्रेम धागति जिह्वा the tongue is very powerful. If you can conquer this tongue, automatically you can conquer other senses. And next strong sense is genital. You understand? We say, Jananindriya, we say. Jananindriya, genital. Next to tongue. Those who are very very much interested, those are very greedy to taste nice palatable dishes. They cannot check off this sex desire. You understand? If you can conquer tongue, then you can very easily conquer the other senses. This is so. Therefore, for our part, we will never eat any other food is not offered to Krishna. Only we take Krishna prasad is offered to Krishna. And especially, and this doesn't mean that Krishna eats many nice things. You see, kheer, very sweet, laddus, sweetmeats. Krishna eats many nice things, very sweet, palatable things. But we should not be greedy enough to take all these things, to taste and eat. You understand? For us, we are sadhakas. We are doing bhakti sadhana, first stage, first step of devotional service. Neophytes, sadhakas, and the senses are very strong. It's a fact, true. So we have to conquer these senses. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, first instruction is that Indriyani Pramatini Haranti Prasabhu Mana Tani Sarvani Sanjamya Jukta Asita Matkara. Gita says. You understand? Indriyani means senses are very turbulent, very obstinate. Pramatini. This is very difficult to conquer them, subdue them. You understand? But you have to subdue them. How? Jukta asita matkara. Engage all your senses 24 hours in my service. Rusikena, Rusikesa Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. You understand? Krishna is known as Rusikesa, the master of senses. So engage your senses in service of Rusikesa. You understand? Then automatically your senses will be controlled. In other way, you cannot control the senses. This is the only safest way. This is the safest way. You understand? The so-called yogis, they want to conquer their senses through asana, pranayam, etc. But they cannot do so. Hare Krishna. Oh, Iri, Konala.
I have a question, unless you're not finished with that point?
Yes, what is that?
Are you finished with your point?
No. No, it was speaking about senses, how to control senses according to...
Because to engage that senses into this rendering service to Rishikesh is the only way. No other way. This is the only way. Now, Hare Krishna.
I have one question.
Yes.
Like we read in the 5th canto of the different hells that Yamaraj sends a living entity for his sinful activity. And Prabhupada explains how the material world is meant to rectify the living entity. But my question is, if the living entity has to go through so many species of life, what to speak of so many hellish planets, and then when he gets into human species, he can't remember his bad experiences, how does that rectify him? How can that sinful desire be taken away if he can't recall his bad experiences?
You see, we cannot remember all these things. We have forgotten. You understand? Matta smriti jnanam apahanam cha. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, the forgetfulness and remembrance and knowledge comes from me. You understand? It's according to your desire. If you desire to remember, then Krishna will grant the remembrance. If you don't desire, if you want to forget it, then Krishna grants forgetfulness. That depends on you. You understand? And we are not desiring most of the living entities here. You understand? We want to forget. So Krishna has granted us forgetfulness. But if someone is fortunate, comes in touch with sadhus, gurus, so he wants to remember. So Krishna grants him remembrance. Then he can remember his past activities. You understand? Otherwise not possible.
So without the contact of sadhus,
You can't.
there's no rectification.
How can you rectify yourself?
It just seems like meaningless to put material nature, putting a living entity under so much suffering,
Yes.
if it doesn't do anything positive.
Because you are captured by material nature. You are captured. You are under her control, isn't it? You want to enjoy her, so you are captured. When you take complete shelter at the master of material nature, that means Krishna, then when you will be empowered spiritually by Krishna, then you can be able to overcome Maya, natural nature. Otherwise not possible.
Maya Bishop.
Huh?
Maya Bishop. The name of Krishna.
Mayadhisha.
Maya.
Yes. He is the master of Maya. Mayadhisha. Yes. The master of Maya. किरे साधु रास्ता सवाल वो खोंदी ली ने
हाँ आज ही लग रहा
राजीव गांधी
आज ही नया परमानेंट लग रहा
all right.
Want me to ask another question?
Do you understand now?
So just for preachers, because the preachers are there, the sadhus, to remind the living entity to get out of this material world. Otherwise it's captivated and no way of getting out.
No way. You cannot get out of Maya. Get out of the clutches of Maya by your own strength.
But if the living entity has a certain sinful desire, and then by that desire he commits sinful activity, which brings him to suffer through species and hellish planets, when he comes back from that suffering, does that at least take away the desire, or does it take the desire away, relieve him from his desire?
You see, desires are still there. It is not annihilated.
No.
Unless you come to the path of devotional service, it cannot be annihilated. Desires won't be annihilated, won't be destroyed. When you come to the path of pure devotional service, then this will go. It will be destroyed. Otherwise not.
One who's endeavoring in this very life, if he follows the rules of regulation of devotional service, and then when he quit his body, he will remember Krishna next life.
Yes.
This means Krishna gives him remembrance.
Yes. Krishna will give him remembrance.
And when we fall again, it is even this in the part of devotional service, but before death, before quitting his body, forget Krishna, he return in mature world, then he won't forget Krishna.
Yes, because he wants to forget. He develops a desire again. As in the case of Bharat Maharaj. You understand, Bharat Maharaj was a great devotee. He left all his kingdom, everything, and came to that ashram, Pulaha Pulasya ashram, stayed there, did sadhan bhajan, did sadhu sangha, but had kept a deer, you see, a baby deer, small deer, huh? And he developed affection towards the deer. But when at the time of death, only he thinks of that deer instead of thinking of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Do you understand? So, he was born as a deer. Jom jom vapi smon bhavante tyante kalevaram kantum yeveti konte sada tad bhavo bhavita. Do you understand? Gita says, at the time of quitting the body, the desire in your mind, according to the desire in your mind, you will evolve into certain species of life. You understand? But at that time if you can remember Krishna, mang eva sammukta kale param japrayati samadbhavam jati nastatra sansaya. At the time of quitting body, if you can think of me, Krishna says, then you will never come here. You will go to my abode. And that is our aim. How can we remember Krishna at that time? And that is the test. That is the success of life. If someone can remember Krishna at that time, then this will show that his life is successful.
What if a devotee is engaged in devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and he's 100% surrendered, and he's trying his best, but he somehow or another, he leaves his body soon, and he's not yet been completely purified? What is his position? Does he come back, or can he go back to the spiritual world?
If he can think of Krishna at that time, he'll go back home, back to Godhead.
He gets special mercy.
Yes, if he cannot think of Krishna at that time, then he will be born here. But that will help those who are devotional service. As though Bharat Maharaj was born in this deer species, still he could remember the past activities, and he was not an ordinary deer. Still he stayed beside that ashram, hermitage, and drinks Ganges water and listens to the bhajan kirtan of sadhus in deer's life while he was in deer, species, deer body. You understand? And that is very short-lived time, short time. Soon he left, quitted that body, and he could know it that he was going to quit the body. He could know it. So he went into the Ganges, thought of Krishna in deer's body and quitted the body. Then he was born as Jaladharat, a topmost devotee, and that was his last birth. This is the example.
Finish moment.
Yeah.
I read one book, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Swami Maharaja said, he glorifies Gour Babaji very, very much. He said that his spiritual master is everything. Whatever I see is his spiritual master. His spiritual master is everywhere and everything for him. So, and the other details I can't remember exactly. But one thing I remember that the way he glorifies spiritual master. So you should understand that spiritual master is everything for us. Yes. Nothing more than that.
Jasya prasadat bhagavad prasad. That we see. Jasya prasadat bhagavad prasad. If you can get the mercy of spiritual masters, then you can get the krupa, mercy of Krishna, Bhagavan. Otherwise you cannot have it. The spiritual master is everything. And our duty is to please him. If he is pleased, Krishna is automatically pleased. There is no other way to please Krishna. other than pleasing the spiritual master. You understand? So, spiritual master is everything for us.
Where does come that tendency to really try to please spiritual master? Where does it come? That tendency, that feeling.
Healing by association, by listening, by Sravana, from sadhus. How can it come?
It's natural feeling.
Yes.
That's natural feeling, but we had forgotten it. We have forgotten it. Coming in contact with Maya. But when we come in contact with sadhus, then it is revived. We are listening to them, Sravana, then it is revived. That is one nice thing, song. Sadhu Sangha Kori Nija Tattva Abhavata Hana. You see, when the jiva, a conditioned soul, in human species, associates with sadhu and listens to a sadhu, then he can understand that I am a spirit soul, and that's nothing, that is not enough. I am eternal servant of Krishna. Then he can understand it. And then he laments, Hey Krishna, Ami Tomar Das. He cries before Krishna, deity of Krishna. You understand? Oh Krishna, I am your servant, eternal servant, but I have forgotten you. So many lives. And I am finished. But anyhow, now I could understand that I am an eternal servant. He cries before Krishna. You understand? Then Krishna dena sit saktira bala, Maya hoy durbal. You understand? When he cries before Krishna, please help me. And Krishna empowers him with spiritual strength. And then now he is able to conquer Maya, come out of the clutches of Maya. Otherwise, no other way.
Our business is just to try Krishna sincerely.
Yes. And that you know by association of sadhus. From listening to sadhus, you know it. How can you know it?
No. Because you see, when you associate with sadhu, by seeing the qualities of sadhu, the natural appreciate how he's acting, like friend, like father, everything.
Sadhu Sangha is very powerful and it's only necessity. And one must develop such greed, we say. One must develop such greed that how can I get more and more Sadhu Sangha? Develop that greed. Sadhu Sangha Krishna naam ei matro chai, sansara jinite aar kon vastu na. I want only Sadhu Sangha and listen to Krishna and chant his holy name in the association of sadhus. Then I will be able to conquer this material world. And this is my only desire.
What do you mean sadhu? Sadhu, because sometimes when we're discussing with fellow devotees, we think that sadhu is everyone who is in some degree is practicing Krishna consciousness, but we're really sadhu.
Sadhu is a pure devotee. Pure devotee. You understand? Pure devotee is really sadhu. That means, in other words, Uttama Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikaris, Madhyama Adhikaris also, they are also sadhus, but they are not complete sadhus. 100% sadhus.
They're lacking some qualities.
Yes.
Transcendental
Yes,
qualities.
yes.
So if you pretty much, that means your spiritual master is automatically sadhu, everything for you. And we're living away from here. And to develop that kind of association, how if you are living in abroad.
We have so many tapes, taping. I'm listening. You understand? And always remember the instruction of your spiritual master, what he has said. Remember it. Krishna will help you to remember. It's Paramatma. You understand?
Yes.
And be always eager how to again meet my Guru.
Yes, that's
And
problem.
have his
Physical
association. Be eager. And then Krishna will make arrangement.
This was my case. I was no money, nothing, but I was very, very eager. I used to listen many times about how I was eager to.
Krishna will make arrangement. It's not impossible on the part of Krishna, it's impossible on our part.
The end of your that article you wrote in the Vaishnav Journal,
Yeah, Guru Tattva.
Guru Tattva. At the end, you were saying those with fallen gurus should sincerely pray to Krishna, and Krishna will give them a bona fide spiritual master. I've been praying like that in Vrindavan very intensely for the last 2-3 years.
Krishna showers his mercy. Yes, that is the only way. Pray sincerely to Krishna.
Because in my heart, I knew that this is the only way I'm going to surrender to Krishna.
Yes.
Through love, not force.
No forcing.
No force.
This is love. Spontaneous.
Umesh, I can ask you just one thing. When you speak, when you teach, everything you're doing, you're so convinced. Very, very conviction is there. So, what does it mean? This conviction. You're so convinced everything you're doing in spiritual path. You're so convinced. Why?
Because anybody can do like that or speak like that if he is fully surrendered. You understand? Fully surrendered to his Guru. Representative of Krishna means Krishna. Then Krishna or Guru speaks through him. You understand? As Ramananda Rai says, Mahaprabhu asked so many questions to Ramananda Rai and Ramananda Rai answered. Ramananda Rai said, Moro mukhe bhakta tumi huo sota. Ramananda Rai said, Oh Mahaprabhu, you speak through me and you hear. Moro mukhe bhakta tumi huo sota. I don't know what I am speaking.
Playing on my tongue like an instrument.
Yes.
So if the disciple is 10% pure,
Yes.
he can experience the association of the Guru at all times.
Yes. If disciple is pure and if disciple is fully surrendered, then that's all right. Then he is an instrument in the hand of his Guru or Gauranga. You understand? So whatever he does by the mercy or strength of Guru and Gauranga. He is not doing himself.
Therefore, he's convinced.
Yes. How to do much, how to fully surrender oneself, become really fully. What means fully surrender? The meaning of full surrender.
Full surrender without any condition, unconditional surrender. They say unconditional surrender, no condition. I have no qualification, I am an ignorant fool, so I can't do anything. Let me fully surrender unto Krishna. Krishna, I accept you
Yes.
And I completely surrender myself at your lotus feet through your bona fide representative. And what you instruct me through my Guru, I just do. Don't speculate. What Guru says, just do as it is. Follow as it is. You understand?
So Guru, sometimes to give instructions, sometimes in the part of the disciple, they feel that maybe he's not ready to act, to execute, and then he can ask for some adjustment. That means it's not surrender to ask.
Not surrender. No adjustment. No adjustment. Do as it is. Do as you have been instructed. You understand? As for example, we give. Take the example of Parsuram. His father is his Guru. Was his Guru. You understand? Couldn't hear. Kirtan. So, his father's name was Jamadagni. Jamadagni said to Parsuram, chop off the head of your mother. Immediately he chopped off. He didn't consider anything. You understand? Oh, how is it? I shall cut off the head of my mother. I'll commit such a sinful activity. He never considered. Immediately chopped off. You understand? No other consideration.
It's like Arjuna and Krishna.
Yes.
Arjuna. But Guru Maharaj, Arjuna sometimes you speculate.
First days Arjuna was speculating. When Arjuna was took shelter, Sishate ham sadhi mangpam prapannam. Now I am prapannam, I am surrendered myself at your lotus feet. I become your disciple and accept you as my spiritual master. You just instruct me and inflict discipline on me. Then Krishna inflicted discipline on him. You understand?
Yes. So Guru Maharaj, my important question is this comes up now. If you now we're in modern society, if you ask a service to your disciple, that service requires much material substance, like money, something like that. But at the same time, disciple, he doesn't possess anything like that in that time. What should disciple do? He said, he really meditating that my Guru Maharaj wants for me to do something like that, but I have no means, no help, no material substance, material means like money, cars, everything.
Don't think of anything. My Guru has said I have to do. Always think of like that and pray to Guru and pray to Gauranga. They will give you intelligence. What to do, how to do. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna says, I will give him intelligence.
But at the same time, Guru Maharaj, if you are meditating, but you don't act because you're missing everything. So that means you can maybe execute that order sooner or later.
No, execute it sooner, why later?
If you don't have no means, for example, no means, no material substance to execute that order, you're missing something.
You are missing something. Don't bother. Don't bother for anything. Guru Maharaja has said this thing. Enter into the fire. I have to enter into the fire. Immediately enter.
You gave the example of cutting off his Parasuram, cutting off the head of his mother. Is that correct? He was cutting off the head of his mother. So where do you draw the line? What is faith, surrender, and utter surrender and blind faith? Where do you draw the line?
Blind faith. One thing. If you have accepted a bona fide spiritual master, don't consider anything. develop blind faith, that will benefit you.
What if the spiritual master becomes unbonafide and tells the disciples to take drugs or something?
The spiritual master is not bona fide, then you have been cheated. That won't help you.
But should there be some intelligence?
But if you have firm faith in Krishna, that will help you. Krishna knows everything.
Should the disciple rely on some discrimination? If he hears something that doesn't sound according to Guru's side of Shastra, should he doubt, or should he just blindly do whatever his master says?
If spiritual master is bona fide, do as he says.
If it's
He
bona
is
fide.
not bona fide, but he speaks about Krishna. You understand? So have firm faith on Krishna and pray to Krishna to help me. You understand? The Krishna will help you. And Krishna knows this person is not bona fide. But this person, disciple, he needs me. He wants me. How to get me, so I will help him. So you will make arrangement. Then you can get a bona fide person. You understand? If you are so sincere.
But should intelligence come in if the disciple is giving an order that doesn't sound reasonable? Should the disciple use his intelligence to judge whether it's bona fide order, or should he blindly follow?
Blindly follow. Don't make any consideration. Don't make any adjustment. As he says, no adjustment. Then blindly follow. As I give the example of Parsuram, you understand? And similar example is also cited regarding Ramchandra. Dasaratha, his father, Ramchandra's father, is like his guru. He said Ram will go to forest, 14 years, and Bharat will be king. Ram accepted it and went to forest. And Bharat came back. He was not there. He was in his maternal uncle's house. And he came back, he heard, and his mother Kaikeyi had done so. So he got angry with Kaikeyi, his mother. Then he went to forest to make Ram return. You understand? He requested Ram, please return. This is not proper. You should be king. I am not king. I am your servant. I can sit on the throne. Throne is meant for you. You understand? Ram is king. Nobody else is king. Ram said, no, Bharat. We should obey the order of our Guru John. You understand? Our father is our Guru, like. Whatever he says, we should follow. That will be beneficial to me, to you also. Don't adjust. Don't make any consideration. Don't speculate. He didn't return. He said, Guru Ades Nirvicharo Grahaniyo. But Guru has ordered you, told you, you just follow as it is. Don't add any consideration to it. No. Just follow as it is. This is the example we give.
Can some specific case, a disciple ask the service to spiritual master that I want to do this, or the disciple must always wait until the spiritual master give order? My question is, can disciple ask the service, or just wait the order of the spiritual master?
Disciples' business is to serve. You understand? If Guru has not said anything, he must ask, what service can I render? As my Guru asked Bhakti Siddhanta, what service can I render to you? He said the same thing, go to the Western world and preach the message in English. Every time he says one thing.
It means that's Guru's desire.
Yes, Guru desire. Or if Guru says, all I do this thing, no need of asking more. All Guru has said this thing.
For my case, Guru Maharaj, and this I remember now, you gave me instruction to, because before becoming devotee, I was musician, doing recording, selling records, something like that. And then become devotee, I explained that this is one of my ability. And you said that if I can do it, then getting money for your service. And I thought that right now I can't do it. And rather, I'm doing service to earn directly, like collecting money in the street and then for your service. Because that other service mission must require a long time. That's mean speculation.
From your side you want. Guru has not told you that. You said, you asked Guru, if I can do, how will it be? Guru said, all right, if you want, you do.
I ask you like that means Guru himself can adjust. No me, but Guru can adjust.
Yes, but Guru has never told you that. You from your side ask. You understand? And Guru is so kind. All right, if he is so much fond of that thing, let him do.
That's not really instruction. That's a Guru give favor according your request. And Guru say you can do it.
You can do.
That's not the highest level of surrender.
Because he wants to something do from his side. He says, this will be very easy on my part. And Guru has given me something difficult task. That's not complete surrender.
But then one thing, Guru Maharaj, for my case, for example, he gave me a service to collect for this project. But you didn't give me, for example, specific instruction how to collect. You become businessman or you become like this. You didn't give the gift. That is myself to find out.
Find out.
The best mean for me to collect.
Yes. In what you can do.
Yes.
Your aim is to collect. You think of and Krishna will give you intelligence.
Yes.
How to do it, how to execute it.
So understand my instruction you gave me is to do that service to collect, but according the means, my means
Yes.
is the best for me.
Yes. And Krishna will give you intelligence, how to do it. We completely depend on Krishna.
That's true, Krishna. Krishna helped me.
And that instruction my Guru Maharaj has given to me. Krishna is always with a Vaishnava. Don't think you are alone. So Krishna will give you everything. You go. But I thought, all right, Guru Maharaj says so. I don't know Krishna. I thought to myself, I don't know Krishna. Guru Maharaj says is Krishna is there. All right, Krishna is there. I accept it.
Yes.
And Guru Maharaj says, go and do like this. So I'll go and do like that. And Krishna will help. All right. I have full faith in the words of my Guru. And I did as my Guru had instructed me.
I realize a little bit, I'm not pure, so sinful, but by your mercy, this when I came last year and then I went, the way I did service, maybe not enough, but the less collection I had is Krishna, your mercy, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
Because everything was for me. I couldn't understand how I used to.
We
collect.
cannot consider inconceivable.
Really?
Yes. Just to follow the instruction as it is. Be an instrument in his hand. That's enough. We have no qualification. We cannot do anything. We just follow his instruction, and if we can be a perfect instrument in his hand, that's enough. He may use me as he likes.
It's very nice when you become like that. Very, very nice.
And that is teaching of Bhagavad Gita, and that my Guru Maharaja has told me the same thing. And I was practicing the same thing in my life. So from my own experience, I tell you, not concocting anything. I am doing like that. I have no qualification, nothing. I don't know what to do, how to do. But Guru has said, do like that. And my Guru sent me here. He just told me, you go. I asked, Prabhupada, won't you give me some money? Won't you give me some devotee? You rascal. Go alone.
Say like that.
Yes, go alone. No devotee, no money will be given. He said, my Guru Maharaj asked me to go to the Western country, which is quite unknown to me, foreign. But that is your own place. You belong to Orissa, and you are going to Orissa. It is not foreign place, foreign land to you. Like my Guru Maharaj ordered to go to foreign land. No friend, nothing is there. I just follow the order of my Guru Maharaj, and I got everything. Then, why do you ask for money and devotee? Go alone. All right, please. I came alone. No money, no devotee, nothing. So by his mercy, now it's all coming up. I cannot think of how it is coming up. Inconceivable. He just instructed, go there, go to the land. That's donated to me. Build a very humble cottage there, simple hut. Stay there, cook